This video is brought to you by Azam Sharp School. Azam Sharp School hosts one of the largest catalog for iOS development videos, and it is trusted by 150 plus companies, including Apple, Comcast, JP Morgan Chase. A lot of my students work with these amazing companies, and check out these amazing reviews from some of my students. I mean, in reality, there are like 16,000 plus reviews, but you can definitely check out a few of them over here. So on Azam Sharp School, you can find a list of a lot of different courses. You can get those courses by buying individual course, and you can see the list over here. I mean, this is just a crazy list because it just has so many different courses available. Full stack iOS development using Swift and Vapor, MV design pattern, Swift data bootcamp, testament development, Create ML, Reality Kit, and a lot more. So definitely check out these courses. You can buy them individually, or you can simply go ahead and sign up for the membership. That is what most people do. 22 comprehensive courses, over 130 hours of content, and I keep adding more videos, more tutorial, and more courses. Another thing to keep in mind are the workshops. Now, these are live workshops hosted over Zoom, and these are amazing workshops because these are very hands-on workshops. It's not like I'm going to show you some slides. We're going to dive into the code. We're going to check out the code. We're going to run it, and you will get a GitHub repository with all the code, and I will be every step of the way helping you out figure out all the problems. So our next workshop is on Introduction to Server-Side Swift using Vapor. And you can see the pricing, very accessible, only $50 for a workshop. Then we have a Swift Data Fundamentals workshop, and we also have testing workshops. So definitely check out these resources on azamsharp.school. Now let's go back to the video. Now let's go ahead and see that how we can allow the user to change their list. So this is the reminder screen that we're looking at. And right over here, we need to go ahead and add some sort of a control that will allow the user to change their list. Now you can check this out into your reminders application, that how they do that, because we are going to create something very similar. Again, I'm going to go ahead and create a section with a navigation link. And inside this navigation link, we can tell this navigation link to go somewhere. So let's go ahead and type this again, navigation link. And you can see the destination and the label. So destination, well, right now we don't really have any way to get all the views or all the different lists. So I'm just going to go ahead and display a text view. And for the label, I'm just going to go ahead and display the edge stack, which will consist of a text and the name. So there we go. So this is our current list right now. And what we have done is that we have added a navigation link, which is going to allow us to go to basically to a different place, right? So if I click on that, I can go to a text view, which is right there. But obviously we don't really want to display a text view. We want to display some sort of a view, which is going to allow us to select a particular list. For that, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new view, and I will call it SelectListView. SelectListView. Okay, great. And in the SelectListView, we are going to do a couple of different things. First of all, we will allow the user to pass in the binding. This will be select list, which will be my list. And the reason is that once you pass in the list, we will be able to simply use that list and assign it. Okay, so whatever list we're going to pass in, whatever binding we're going to pass in, that will be passed from the parent, which will be from right over here from the reminder detail view. Right now it's complaining because we need to pass something over here in the select list view. So let's go ahead and pass in select list, which will be a constant and we will pass in the preview data.mylist. Make sure that we are adding the manage object context. So I'm just going to go ahead and say environment object, which will be a manage object context. And we can get that from the core data provider .shared view context. Great. So this is all fine, but we still have to display all of this information, meaning we need to, display all the lists that are available. The easiest way we can do that is to simply perform a fetch request property wrapper. And now we can go ahead and display that particular list. How you display the list is kind of like up to you. I can simply go ahead and create a list, my list results or fetch results. I will get access to the my list. And we're writing this because it's a little bit different from using the reminder cell view. So that's why I'm not really using reminder cell view. If it was similar to reminder cell view, I would have taken that offer, but it's not. It's a bit different, as you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and use the edge stack. And in the edge stack, we will also display kind of like a check mark. Okay. So let's go ahead and call this selected list instead of select list. There we go. And in the outer edge stack, we can say that if the selected list is my list, then go ahead and display the check mark. So right now you can already see that the check mark is actually showing you on the green list because that is what the my list is, which we're passing as a preview. And that is kind of like pretty much it. We can add a spacer if you want to. That's fine too. I don't think we needed anything right now. There we go. So now we can go about using the select list view. So let's go back to our reminder detail view. And in the reminder detail view, instead of the text, we will use select list view. And we need to pass in a couple of different things. Not this. I don't think we need to pass in the my list. We just need to pass in the selected list. So selected list, which will be automatically going into the reminder. So reminder dot list. Okay. Let's go ahead and build it. Reminder dot list is coming from the core data reminder file. And it will automatically be populated. So we don't really have to do anything to accommodate that part because we are passing it through the use of binding. The other things that we are doing over here, which is the title, the notes, and the date and all that stuff, those things won't be automatically be populated in your actual, the reminder object. That is something that we still have to do when we are using the edit config. But at least we have a good base over here. Then we have a reminder detail view that we can use that. Now the question still is, well, how do we even get to that point? Like, what do you have to do to show us the reminder detail view? And that will require us to change our cell view. The cell view currently does not really have any events associated with it. I mean, you can see the cell view right now. When you check this, nothing really happens. I mean, yes, it toggles, but it doesn't really do anything else. So what this check mark needs to do, it needs to tell that the task has been completed. And if I click on this buy groceries, then I should be able to see an information sign. And when I click on the information sign, then I should be taken to the reminder detail view. So we need to do a lot of other stuff also to make this work. So in the next video, we'll be looking at that how can we expose different events in the reminder cell view that will be handled by the parent of reminder cell view.